6:10 a.m. I'm out here at the feeding grounds. Decided to come out here to try to wake up a little bit. I spent a couple of hours putting together a couple of videos that I am very hesitant about bringing forth. When I came out here, there were no cats around to be seen, actually. And now since I have come out, well, quite a few cats have come up. And not because it's feeding time, because I've had the feedings earlier today. But we got this one here, and I know she's wanting some of my attention. China has come up, and she was caressing up on me quite severely. And just because of my presence, now they figure that they're going to attack the food here, right? Crazy cats. But we also have, I believe this is Screamer back here, and then we got Greystoke once again perched on a log. China, what you doing, girl? I think she's getting ready to head off. Something that actually kind of provoked me into coming out here was one cat was out here just yelling away, and once again, it's those mating season sounds, if you will. And we got weird sirens kicking off in the background. And when I first came out here, well, I attempted to record a flyover of a small engine aircraft, and I thought I was getting some decent recordings of it, but apparently through my very tired state, I never even hit the record button. And I thought maybe it was just because, well, I am running real low on storage. In fact, my internal storage to the phone is full from my content creation, shall I say, from earlier. And once again, it's very in-depth personal information, and possibly I provided too much information as as it may be. But while I've been out here, yeah, there's been sounds of aircraft beyond that small engine aircraft that flew over, jet engine aircraft, if you will. Yeah, basically overcast skies, the milky white skies. But again, I just came out here just to get out of the apartment for a minute and kind of clear the cobwebs, if you will. But the reason why I'm actually recording this is, well, it seems like the views over my recent content are coming in very slowly. And personally, there's only been but one person that has provided a comment today. And if you're watching, Ellen, thank you kindly, girl. I appreciate it. You are awesome. I'll just leave it at that. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get back to, just hanging out with these cats till it gets a little bit darker out here. I mean, it isn't all that bright out here. Yeah, I can't even. It's, about like this, I guess. But I'm going to try to, spend a little bit of time with this one, as I have not in quite some time. But again, all these cats, they see me and they're wanting my undivided attention. So I have to be kind of careful about, providing too much attention per cat. And I don't know. I'll pause this and maybe continue on. Yeah. There we go. You might be able to hear that yowling. But yeah, we'll return before I head back in. There we go. And of course, Batsy. Right, girl? Huh? I think that's a female. Right? Huh? Yeah. And this is one that, well, she only likes to be pet a certain way, and I have to be very careful about it. Right? Huh? Hey, now, let's behave. Oh, and now Oreo has made his appearance. Hi-oh, what you doing? You coming up too? Huh? And yeah, the sounds of aircraft looming overhead once again. Yeah, we got Tux that just came out of the shelter. And yeah, this is one that won't let me get close to it. Never has really. Same with its sibling, PJ. And I have not seen PJ around in some time. Yeah, so I thought to step on over and give a little attention to Oreo here. Yeah, I forgot. This one I call Sandy. I completely forgot her name until just now. Okay, alright, yeah. Yeah, she can get a little feisty with the petting. And, oh, goodness. The Xerox is doing an awful lot better. My eyes have cleared up quite significantly. And, who's saying what? Huh? Yeah. Some of these cats, I have not seen in quite a while. And it's always nice that we have this little bit of reuniting. Okay, so this one is wandering up, and this is the one that I thought was Screamer, but, well, I can find out if I can pet it. Next to Muggsy right here. And, well, what you thinking, huh? What you thinking? Well, you know me. Yeah, oh, you're not Screamer, are you? Huh? You're the other one. Yeah, okay, yeah, see. Get paying attention to one. Gotta pay attention to all. Well, you can go ahead and eat. Go ahead. Huh? Okay, go ahead. You can eat. Alright, this is weird. There was no, as far as I know, there was no forecast for rain tonight, but it is doing just that. Huh. It is actually raining out here. And like I said, I do not recall any forecast for rain tonight. So, yeah, what's that tell you? Yeah, this is, well, of course, fallout. Fallout from the overhead operations. And again, yeah, kind of strange that it's raining out here. I don't like that factor, so I'm going to head in. I do not like to be under any sorts of precipitation anymore, especially after watching a video to where somebody decided to melt down some snow and throw it underneath a microscope. And when you see what all it's in snow, including live bacteria or other organisms, as well as microplastics, and of course you always have dirt that is apparent, but a lot of organic matter anymore. And that is why, you know, you don't eat the snow. And it used to just be, don't eat the yellow snow. Now it is, don't even go out in it, you know. Exposure could actually have long-term effects, just like most anything else today. It's kind of strange. It's almost, well, there's been a couple of times to where we have been getting that kind of blue quality through my recording or through the camera. It almost kind of looks like that right now, but a lot of times things change upon review. It's, you know, all this new technologies at play. This is the latest I've been out here in quite some time. I mean, seriously, doesn't the snow even look blue right now? Yeah. Well, now it changed. There we go. See? That's weird. But this rain is actually probably going to do some good to alleviate, and I'll be blunt, a lot of the cat crap out here. Because it's just, yeah, it's a mess. And I don't even really like walking through it, but I got my, oh yeah, see, I'm getting tired. Yeah, lack of sleep is really affecting my mentality. We got bad cat that, yeah, they're starting to realize that it's raining out here now. But I'm going to head on in before any of these other cats wants to continue with the attention getting and all that. So, well, we'll leave off with that, and like I said, I might just wait to post part 1 and part 2 of today's creations or presentations that, well, rather unnerving, I must say, for what I will share. And it is for a reason of which I might never get to experience the results thereof. Well, take care, have a great one, and Skywise out. Stepping out of the woods real quick, maybe we can catch this. I don't know, it's mighty blurry, yeah. It's not even wanting to focus, but we got us a plane up here. See it there? And I believe that's the same one that flew over earlier. One of our circle jerkers. Okay, I'm headed in. I got Betsy out here trying to follow me about, but we'll be seeing each other again in the morning, which Sandy just swiped at him because of the attention getting. So, Betsy, I'm going in, buddy, okay? Alright, you have a good night. And you people have a great night as well, unless it's your daytime, and have a great one with that. Ciao for now. And again, Skywise out. 8:40 a.m. on this Wednesday morning, February 18th, 2026. This is more or less a continuation from last night's recording. And first and foremost, yes, due to lack of sleep and still having sleep issues, the beginning of this video, I mistakenly stated AM rather than PM, so forgive me for that. We have had liquid precipitation overnight, and it has just let up this morning. I've already been out to the feeding grounds and have fed the cats and watered them. I've got some upset birds because I don't feel I need to feed them any longer due to these weather conditions. And there is plenty, I mean plenty of leftover seed on the ground at the base of the feeding tree. And you know, they're wild birds. And as far as the cats, there's going to be, once again, changes taking place. More or less, within the future, they will have to start relying on taking care of themselves. It hurts me to say that, but it is what it is, and I won't go any further into that. Within the first recording from last night, I showed how there was quite a little bit of blueness through my recordings, and ironically, last night at the 5 o'clock hour or thereabouts, when I was watching our local meteorological report, and to where they use roof cameras to overlook, you know, certain sections here and there of different regional cities here, they were also showing this blueness that the cameras that they use were picking up. Okay? This is due to, of course, those sky operations, and I just say it is linked to that as far as I'm concerned. Now, furthermore, there has been a little bit of discrepancy pertaining to our weather to be expected today. On one account, and you can go over to today's community posting to check this out, but the one news station that I pretty much predominantly watch, I took a screenshot from their live stream from last night, in which it shows cloudy conditions all day today. However, this morning I took a screenshot from Google in which it shows sunny skies all day today. So this morning, not too long ago, I was watching yet a different channel to try to catch our weather report, and this is through a Grand Rapids channel rather than Kalamazoo channel that I typically watch. And they said that we would be going from cloudy conditions and this wet weather to possibly above average temperatures, over 60 degrees, and slowly going to sunny skies. Now, when I'll just leave it at that, and you can go on over to the community posting and check that out. Due to the factor of lack of sleep, which I am still having difficulties with for whatever reasons, I don't believe I will be posting that much content from here on out. Especially, and more so, due to the factor of views. It's just not worth posting content anymore if I'm not getting views pertaining to immediate views, because I try to get stuff posted as quickly as possible so that it actually correlates to the day of which I record. Many channels out there, they don't even provide dates or times for their content, and so you never really know, you know, it's hidden information if you ask me, and I don't care for that. But my videos are lengthy, and I, once again, as I stated in the first video from last night, that I had spent a great deal of time putting together a couple of video presentations for a specific reason, and this pertains to Google and the future use of data, our data, and creating avatars. And it is a completely different scenario than what you will find through the Google search engine. Okay, but I'm not going to go into depth with that. I actually went through a couple of photo albums to show my childhood and adolescent years, and a little bit after that, a lot of family photos, because I just wanted to play the Avatar or future Avatar game, even though, you know, I might not be around to have seen the results. So I went ahead and just deleted all of it, and it once again was rather lengthy, a good hour and 20 minutes, give or take, overall, and that was through two different parts. I was going to do part 1 and part 2, but I decided no, I'm not going to do that. But now, regardless, Google still has that information because, of course, I am using an Android phone that is, heavily it's my storage is the phone storage is somewhere around 74% of Google crap, and it's gotten even so much worse since this onset of AI that's been infiltrated into my device, if you will, to where everything is lagging. Everything is very, very slow. And of course I've also put into the community postings of how AI is absorbing power through your cell phones. Okay, so this means that quantum physics and mechanics is heavily at use and going through the air. Okay, and I think I will leave that at that. Even my community postings apparently are not getting views because, well, there's no likes being applied, or very few likes. And they only accrue likes when I advertise my community postings because people just are not checking out my channel enough. And, that's too bad because I provide a lot of interesting content that once you connect the dots, it really paints a much larger picture of our realities. But being shadow banned and all that good stuff, I mean, I still have past content to where I have only been the one single viewer and providing a single like, in which likes don't mean nothing, regardless of how many of these monetized channels like to state that, like, subscribe, share, and all that crap. No. Likes mean nothing. It's just an appreciation of sorts, because otherwise you would not be able to remove those likes through your like list. And once you remove likes from that list, those likes are actually removed from those channels of which you applied those likes. So, a lot of false narratives out there. And that's all that, as far as I'm concerned, that's all Google is anymore, is nothing but false narratives fighting against those so-called conspiracy theorists, which, of course, I am not one. I am a conspiracy factualist. And again, you have to understand what conspiracy and conspire and conspiracy theory actually is defined as. Because conspire means an evil plot. That's a conspiracy, is an evil plot. And so many people loosely use that term in a very false manner. Because just like Bigfoot, And they claim that Bigfoot, you know, conspiracy theorists, or theories, UFOs, conspiracy theories. Where's the proof that there's evil to that, right? Now you want to go into the Epstein nonsense? Yeah, there you go. And all those involved in that, evil plots, okay? And if you want to get religious, now you might understand the great deception, in which a lot of reality today, so-called reality, is nothing more than a great deception. All right? Now, before I get any further into this rant, and this goes on to become too lengthy, because I will be connecting this to my previous content from last night. And once again, you know, there's a clip in between to where I tried to focus in on a small engine plane that flew over, very blue, okay? So that's something else that, you know, you really should pay attention to. But on that note, enough is enough. I am done. And you probably will not be seeing much more content coming forth, as I am just fed up. I have so much that I could bring to the table, but why? I'm not getting the adequate views because possibly I expose and have been exposing far too much. And it's not that I am backing down from the fight. It's just the factor that I have not been getting sleep. I am not in my right mind. I am making too many mistakes, far too many mistakes within my recordings. And I cannot appreciate my own self for releasing content such as that, because it can be viewed as deceptive or what have you, and no, not going to do it. And furthermore, I don't plan on viewing other people's content or other channels' content all that much anymore either, because of this, you know, there's just too much advertisement garbage out there. And even through the advertisements or ads, if you will, there is so much false narratives. I mean, I am so glad that they finally did away with that pink Himalayan salt and all that. But even beyond that, as far as our reality, I'll search around for that, oh, what is it, 6 billion year old excavation tool that was found underground in Africa. Yeah, and I could expand on that to a great degree, but again, no, I'm just done for now. So take care, and if you have watched this in its entirety, thank you ever so kindly. If you want to leave a comment, great, fine, do so. If you want to leave a like, awesome. But of course, you know, once again, if you clear out the like list, you're clearing out the like that you have applied. Take care. Have a great one. This is Skywise out.